All right. It's here. This is the FFLP. We're going to take a look at it. I was at the zoo with my daughter, so you see the Daddy Shark shirt. We're going to open this guy up and see what we can see. And I did order, when I ordered it, it was the pink burst, but they renamed it to the red burst. So we'll see what color I get. All right. There's the foam. Oh. Okay. And we got the 90-degree angle cable that they sent with it. Oh yeah, it's got the weight of a Les Paul. I'll tell you that much. It's definitely got a little bit of heft to it. Definitely heavier than the 335 that 335 copy, or the FF338 that you see in the back. So one thing that people have been noticing, some people like it, some people don't. Let's go over at the headstock first. You see that it changed. It used to be the silver, a little JSN thing, and now it has gone to gold. You see this guy, we've got our serial number. Some people are trying to figure out or decode the serial number. They say that the first two numbers are the, I'm trying to think. Yeah, they're thinking that the first two are the day, the second two are the year, the third two are the month, and then the last three is, you know, the number of production for that day. So mine was, according to them, it was built August, so 08, 30th, 2019, and it was the 24th one made. So let's see what color I got. See if we got the pink, or as they say, the red first. And indeed we did. So there we go. So like people were saying, it did not have the switch cover on it, but we are going to take a quick look here because they said that it comes in the bag, the accessory bag. So I guess now switch covers are considered accessories. The accessory bag too, there it is. Came with the Allen wrench if I need to make an adjustment, which I'm hoping I don't. That'll be another video though. These are just the first impressions. Switch that on. Okay. So yeah, I mean, it's a pretty guitar. As you can see, finish wise, I don't see any issues actually yet. Let's see. I mean, we've got a little bit. See if I can focus it in the camera here. Yeah, right there. Let's see if I can do it. There it is. So right there you see there's a little bit. I might be able to buff that. Trying to look. I don't know if that's actually a scratch or if that's just some dirt. I'm going to guess it's a scratch though, but that's okay. It's very small. The neck though looks pretty okay. We got the plastic on the pickups, so we'll take those off. One thing, though, you'll notice is this one does not have a pick guard or even holes for the pick guard, which, I mean, some people are saying that that they like that. Me personally, I like having a pick guard on my LPs, and the thing is it also is pictured with a pick guard on the website. Another thing I'll say too is, yeah, I mean, definitely them naming it the Pink Burst was a little, I guess it's good that they changed it, because, I mean, looking at it in the pictures, it was definitely brighter. But, I mean, if you notice, I mean, this kind of, my daughter actually pointed out that it looks more like a peach, if anything. But, yeah, for the most part, it looks like it's more of like a red burst, and then it almost just goes into, I mean, it almost just looks like it clears off into just straight up wood, which I like. I mean, that looks nice. I'm definitely more pleased with that. Definitely like that we've got the side, the jack here on the side, as opposed to on the 338 having it in the front around here. Some people are saying that they don't like the knobs, you know, where the pots are located. Aesthetically, they say that's not an issue with actual playability, but aesthetically, they don't like it. I personally don't mind it. I mean, obviously, we have to make some changes on here because this is not a Les Paul. You know, this is a Firefly FFLP. So, obviously, you have to make some design, make sure that the design isn't exactly the same. Another thing, too, that you'll notice, and this was a big gripe that I put in the Firefly groups, I almost immediately had swapped out the Tunematic bridge that was on the 338 back there. Had that wire on the Tunematic for the saddles here. That wire is gone, which is where a lot of that rattling was coming from, that people were complaining about on the 338. So that is gone from here, which I like. That makes me a lot happier. I might honestly just swap out the Tunematic anyway, because I do like having the roller saddles on it. Aesthetically, I like how they look, and on top of that, I just like how they feel, and intonating and everything like that. So, taking a look at the strings, there's how they got them all mounted up. Of course, not in tune, but they did. Looking here, the action's definitely, I don't know, let me see if this camera can focus in on it, but you'll see it's pretty low, which is how I like it. So hopefully I won't have to raise or lower the action, it looks like. People are already starting to swap out the tuners, but I don't know. We'll see how they look. They don't look terrible. Everything looks good on it. The truss rod cover has its own little plastic here. We'll pick at that here for a minute. So all in all, I mean, the actual, finish is really nice. The plate isn't an absolute perfect fit. Some of the, Les Paul copies that I get, you'll see there's just the slightest of gaps right here. Some Les Paul copies have it to where it kind of perfectly fits right there, and it almost just kind of becomes flush with the back. This one kind of indents a little bit, and then, I don't know if I can get it to focus enough, but there is just like the slightest of a gap right there. The cover for the pots, though, is kind of the opposite. Right here, it's actually sticking out a little bit. So, that might be something I just need to adjust. Yeah, I might just have to fiddle with it, but yeah, so that's one little issue. Seems like, though, the Straps, a strap should be okay on it. Feels like it's pretty sturdy, so that's good. The knobs, I mean, they turn. They've got a little bit of resistance, which I like. There we go. But yeah, I mean, all in all, I'm not displeased with the overall look of the guitar. It's very pretty. Like I said, you know, some people like not having the pickguard. I personally like having the pickguard. I'm a little disappointed that the pictures on the website had a pickguard for this particular color, and it didn't come with it. My wife already said, though, that she'd rather not have the cover, so I guess maybe she emailed them without telling me. But yeah, so overall, though, as you can see, I mean, they did a really decent job on this first run. And that's the other thing, too, to keep in mind, that any of the issues, like if you do buy one of these and you run into issues, first of all, Firefly's customer service is friggin' phenomenal. So you don't have to worry about, you know, having it to where you just kind of get screwed over. I mean, they're going to help you out. I mean, I had an issue with my Telecaster copy, and when I wrote them, they ended up helping me out with that. So not a big deal if you end up with any issues. And, you know, again, it's there are some minor aesthetic flaws. We're going to plug it in later and see if there's any other, see if how the intonation is, how the action feels, hear how it sounds clean and dirty. But again, my only disappointment with it, you know, the plates aren't exactly flush, but that's not a huge deal in my eyes. It's not like I'm going to feel that while I'm playing. And the pickguard being missing, I don't personally like that because I don't want to have to drill holes because I'm not good at that sort of thing. So I'm a little disappointed in that, but I know that some people actually don't mind that, and especially with this color, some people think that the pickguard actually doesn't look, having that cream pickguard isn't good. So overall, again, first impression, it is not a bad guitar. We're going to play it, though. I'll post a video up later on to see how it plays. But overall, even if it doesn't play well, it is a good piece of art to hang on the wall. So I'll post that video up later. But until now, I'm going to play around with it myself.